post an ad on Craigslist, simply go to craigslist.org and then you want to click on Phoenix. If you're on a different city, just simply come over here and go to US cities, and then you can click on the right city or the different states and then click on your city. Now some of this is going to be a little skewed because I'm trying to get it all on the same screen. But basically what you're going to do is you're going to take your Merlin Leads account, change this to Craigslist, and then you're going to hit post. Alright, I'm going to do a regular ad and hit generate. This is what the screen will look like on a full page. Alright, so this gives me all the information, all the inputs that I need. So over here, I want to go into my account. You're going to put in your information. I'm actually going to use my account right now so that the ad will go live. Okay, so while I'm in here, I want to do a new posting. You got to double check to make sure it's in the right area. So I want to make sure it's in Phoenix. And hit go. Now I'm going to offer housing. I'm a real estate agent, so it's going to be by broker. I accept all these things. Now you have to make sure it's in the right area. East. Oh. Alright. So we got to do by phone, by text. And then over here what you're going to do is you're going to, if you hit this little clipboard, it says it's copied to the clipboard. You come over here and you hit Control V, or you can hit paste. You right click your mouse and then hit paste. Come over here, get your contact information, hit Control V, come over here and get the headline, Control V. So basically all you're going to do is go back and forth and copy the information. And we know everything's correct spelling and all that because of our inputs. Now you'll notice that the body has all kinds of different things in here, like these greater than, less than, B. This is to bold it, and it changes the font. You can do a different line. It's called HTML code, and we only use the basic HTML code that's approved by Craigslist in our templates. Now on one of your ads, or maybe every now and then your ad, you'll put in the square footage, the price, the bedrooms, the bathrooms, the housing type, all that kind of stuff. In the open house, it'll show up here. Generally speaking, what I do is I change this to the type. It's a house, or actually this is a townhouse. And then you can do laundry, parking. I have not noticed any great effect by adding all this information other than it takes up more time to post. Actually, it's up here because I have it in the content. Alright, it just shows up in the content by default, if I can get it highlighted right. Now on the maps, basically you show the map maybe once every 2 or 3 weeks. If you show it every time, then you'll have a bunch of them stacked up on the map because we don't delete the previous ad. So I'm going to copy the address, the cross street, the city, state. Since it's the first day, we're going to do this, but then we won't do this for several weeks. And hit continue. And the reason I don't do all this pricing and all this information is because it rules out the house. You want to make it as generic as possible, but entice people to come and look at it, your ad. If you have too much information here, they have no reason to go to your website. And the whole goal here is actually to get them to your website, not for them to end up here. So the less information we give on Craigslist, the more apt they are to click through to go to your website. Okay, since this is a map, I'm going to actually double check this. I'm going to copy this. And I'm going to search this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to find the right map location. Okay, I got East Bell. I am not from Phoenix, so I don't know exactly. And this is what can take a while when you first get going. And what you do is once you kind of figure out where it has to go, you can pick this up and plunk it down. We're in this area right here. Okay, so once you kind of have this in your head, it's easy when it's not in the right spot. But the first ad that you do and you do the map, you always have to make sure that this is in the right area. Because it's not a guaranteed thing here. In fact, it's probably more off than it is right. So I'm going to put it right up there. Okay. Now that I have that figured out, I'm going to hit continue. Images. Now, images are a double-edged sword. They say to put in all these images, but if they don't see what they like, they won't click through to your website. So the majority of the time, I do not do images. But on a couple of them, I will. So basically, images, I'm going to navigate to the listing that I have, and I'm going to look at the images. And I'm only going to select one or two. Now, if a house is vacant, here's a word of caution. I wouldn't necessarily show the vacant rooms because this can invite some scammers to use your house as a possible for rent. And then what they do is they collect deposits and they don't really ever let the people in, and then it's involved in a scam. So if it's an empty house, what I generally do is I'll pick kitchens or bathrooms or outdoor images where they can't really tell if the house is empty or not. So in this case, I'm going to use a kitchen right here. And that's going to be the image I put in there. I just want something that's attractive that can, kind of suck people in and maybe have them come and look at the property on my website. Because that's the whole goal, is to get people to your website where you have much more control. Now I'm done with the image. Now it says it's unpublished, and here are the criteria that it's in. Okay, it gives you a preview of the ad. Now remember where I said it was, had a greater than less than B? Well, that made this bold here. It's got the contact information. It's got the link. It's got the little bit of information I want them to have. And over here it's got the license information. It's got the map. I didn't specify bedrooms because I don't really want that to sway somebody to not click through. So if somebody's looking for 3 bedrooms and this only has 2, they wouldn't click through. And if they didn't like it there on my website, they might find my 3-bedroom listings on my website. So the whole goal here is just to tease them enough to get them to the website. But I have a few bullet points here. It's got the address, got my phone number. It's got everything you need. So I'm going to hit publish. Okay, now it's got the link that you can that will have that property. But what I once so this says thanks for posting, so you know it's posted. So now I have to go over to the Merlin leads again and hit post complete. Let me pull this over. Okay, so then you click on post complete so it knows you used that ad. And then it says, okay, I've got it set here. So that's all there is to posting an ad on Craigslist. There's just a few steps in there. Once you kind of get this down, and if you're not using the map and having to correct where the map location is, I generally can post an ad within a minute. All you're doing is copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste on this. Like I said, a lot of times I don't use images because when we used to be able to use stats, it would show that my click-through rates would actually drop if I used images. Because they may look at it and go, it's got a red front door, I don't want a red front door, and then they not click through. Well, the whole goal here is not to sell the house, although that would be great if it did happen that way. The goal here is actually to get them to your site on that. So now that we're kind of done, you can go to your account page. You can post another ad. Here's the account. Expires 2 months from now. Um, Starting after 48 hours, you'll be able to renew the ad instead on that. So, but that's all there is to posting an ad on Craigslist. And there's a few other strategies, but you can check on different videos for the different strategies that we do.